It's just that you really have like the opportunity to stay alive longer in fights, right? Throw out more spells, get like additional cast range, and it's really what you're aiming for when you're Zeus. Like the later you die, the more damage you deal with a static field. The percentage damage is very high on that. And I'm pretty sure they picked that Earth Spirit last, so they have like an option, because they also love to play Earth Spirit middle, right? But then they see the Kunkka matchup, so they're like, yeah, we're just gonna put Zeus middle. Lane shouldn't be too hard at all. And 9 also loves his Zeus.
Yeah.
It's one of the best Zeuses in the world. So yeah, it should be a very interesting game.
What do you think's the most important matchup coming into the laning phase?
I would say the Darkseer. Like if Darkseer doesn't snowball, Team Secret is going to be in a lot of trouble. If the Luna Abaddon lane beats Darkseer, it's going to get very tough for Secret.
Okay, so we'll see how this Darkseer does. A little bit of back and forth over in this mid lane. Nothing too crazy at the moment. No SEA 5v5 in the jungle, just a skirmish.
Ultra kills. But what was it, an ultra kill we've seen or a rampage?
Yeah, it was an ultra kill. It was Skem who was on the Coddle. Yeah, that was about a year ago. Or actually, probably even more than that at this point. And it feels like we don't see that as much anymore.
Yeah, teams are more safe now. They're just fine with 2 runes each.
They just want to see if maybe the ward is there over mid.
Getting slowed down, but he should be fine. Clock is a speedy hero.
You were talking about this while we were in the shuttle here. Clock, boots, what you want to do if, you know, when he does get those boots, you have to get boots and then have that mentality of now I need to be able to do something with this if I'm going to spend that gold on mobility.
Yeah, I love this item choice anyway from Clockwork too, because he's very fight-oriented. Like he knows he needs to fight and win his lane. Otherwise, this Luna's going to be too strong. Probably actually to beat top.
Yeah, they've got a 3v3 up here in the top lane, but it doesn't look like the Clock's getting enough done just yet. Snaking getting a little bit low, but he's got the Aphotic Shield, so he's got a little bit of extra help to survive this, and not something we often see in the Chinese DPC, but 3v3 up in the top lane.
I would say that probably favors Tundra, because Darkseer hates sharing experience with other heroes. Like, you want to get to level 3 or level 5 up ASAP, that's your power spike, but as a trade-off, you're going to have a very fast level 6 Dawnbreaker, right? But also, at the same token, the Hawk is going to be quickly a level 6 on the Prophet, so there's going to be Zeus ult coming out real fast, Prophet ult coming out real fast, and that tri-lane top, I think, is going to get shredded.
Yeah, Wrath of Nature with the Thunder God's Wrath, a lot of wrath.
Yeah, like I'm actually a little bit surprised they chose to do this. And, well, sucks that they beat bottom, so now they're also solving the tri-lane. Running back bottom of Phoenix.
It's actually Chrysalis on this Dawnbreaker. We've seen a lot of 3 Dawnbreaker elsewhere.
Carry
but,
Dawnbreaker, yeah.
We'll see how this goes. We've talked about potentially, you know, Ags has been very good for Dawnbreakers in the past in other areas of the map.
Yeah.
It'll be a good thing to look forward to if that's the idea here for Secret, as honestly, I think 60% evasion in the Solar Guardian is a little bit rough to deal with.
Yeah, it is brutal, but usually when you're a carry Dawnbreaker, you go into the fast Desolator shard combination.
Right.
You really just want to output the hurt as much as possible. Dawnbreaker has like an amazing potential to scale if you snowball, which the hero is always supposed to do, because you literally can't lose lane. Seb and I always have fun conversations about that hero.
I have fun just listening to you guys. As well, up top, you've got the cogs, you have the battery assault once again. But nothing doing at the moment. Still trying to use that Ion Shell, still trying to use this Clockwork to run down these heroes. And you take a look over mid at the moment, it's Zeus 11 and 2. And you know, doing decent on the CS for 9 as Kunkka's right there with him. Bottom lane, Saksa in some trouble trying to run on this Earth Spirit, but again, it's just aggression, no kills.
Yeah, I mean, all lanes are pretty low right now for Tundra, so they have to be careful they don't bleed away too many heroes, or none at all even. Good news is the Darkseer is completely out of mana, so they shouldn't be able to aggress on the Luna too much at all.
Yeah, what's he going for? He's got a Soul Ring coming out.
Yeah,
has that
the wand.
Yeah, wand. He's got a salve queued up as well.
Yeah, like nothing much should really happen until we see those ults come out. Like Zeus ult is gonna be the first big one where, like, you're half HP on the side, then you can just die.
They're still trying to go after this top lane a little bit. Rezo getting about 20% health.
Yeah, it's a very strong lane. Like Abaddon plus Luna, you get the attack speed from Abaddon, and then you get the plus 15 damage from the Blessing.
Right.
It's a lot of damage potential.
so much harassment with heroes sitting low that Bloodseekers in other games are moving faster. Crystal is trying to use this Celestial Hammer. You've got Saksa pretty far forward. See how much they want to do with this. They don't have another Celestial Hammer for 5 seconds, and they do have the Starbreaker if he were to find himself a little bit out of position with no mana. But he'll be A-okay, navigate the trees, and still nothing.
Also very interesting skill build from the Prophet, right? Like usually you go one level into teleport to be able to reset and base. He just went for the Sprout. And I feel like if he had teleport, maybe he could have even killed top already, but nice communication also from Secret, right? They're like, yeah, he skilled teleport, don't be afraid. I mean, he didn't skill teleport, don't be afraid.
Yeah. And wondering if he had come top where you had both the Darkseer and the Clockwork aggressing. If maybe he could have made a difference if he did have that teleportation, go up to top, and then maybe turn that around and you get your Luna into a big boost.
Yeah, but he will have it now, plus power threats, so there's definitely a lot of potential. I think they're going to sync that up with the Zeus 6, which is going to happen just next wave. So they have to be very, very careful on the side lanes now.
We'll see how it goes as they've got Cogs once again. But Battery Assault and Cogs have only done a little bit of damage. It hasn't gotten them anything in terms of kills just yet. I was thinking Skitter just looking to throw the hurt onto Resolution.
Yeah, they always do that. They trade. Zeus is almost 6.
Keep him low in the Thunder God's Wrath.
Yeah,
might
trying to get
be
a 6
enough.
now. He got it, and
what's he at? 195.
He would get the clock, but he doesn't know, of course. Maybe the clock healed up. You don't ever want to waste a Zeus ult.
Rezo might be the target, though.
Oh, they're diving. You can see how much they want this. Yeah. Resolution's even tipping him like, we know you want to Zeus ult me.
Bottom lane, and again, aggression coming in on Saksa, but it's not going to be enough to get a kill here either. So, at least for right now, it feels like Tundra kind of have control of the lanes the way they want them.
Yeah. But Darkseer wasn't really shut down, so that's still alright as well. And Dawnbreaker is farming free, pretty much. And she's level 5, almost level 6. There's so much global in this game. It's gonna get very fun. Like a 3v3 suddenly turns into a 3v5. You're like, oh my god. And Dawnbreaker comes in too. Nope, it's actually 4v5.
God, there's so much global movement. Right, global presence.
Yeah.
All it's missing is like a Spectre in the game.
Also, Earthspirit is the pink top. They want to do the first rotation here.
Yeah, they roll in, but there are the Cogs around. Stop Saksa from hitting it onto the Clockwork, but they've got the silence. The vacuum back, X goes ship coming through. Might be first blood coming out for the side of Team Secret, and will be. It's Resolution who claims it, and that's the first kill of the game, just 6.5 minutes in.
Yeah. I'm a very, very big Darkseer fan. Like, that hero, if he snowballs the game, you get into your items fast. Like, your team fight impact is absolutely ridiculous. Like, a late game Darkseer, I feel like can almost never lose. You get this the parallel wall talent plus a refresher. Suddenly there's just 4 walls in the team fight. You can have like 4 Luna illusions and they just shred everything. It is absolutely ridiculous if you get into late game with that hero.
Yeah, but usually when you break the 4th wall, kind of means everything's kind of jumped the shark. Solar Guardian coming out towards top. Skitter's inside the Cogs. Crystal's trying to get the kill here onto the Luna. They've got themselves a second. They double that lead in kills. And it's, again, that global presence, that opportunity once you've got the Dawnbreaker at 6. And they use it immediately.
Yeah, I'm actually amazed that Zeus was able
sneaking
to
too.
Oh, snaking, yeah. He runs in, gets killed. Was sitting at very low health. And Nisha should farm the enemy jungle.
So Rizzo's got all 3 kills. And that's what you're talking about. Darkseer snowballing, getting the ball moving, and
yeah.
And he's kind of doing that. Not exactly top of the net worth just yet. As they look over mid to try and get this Kunkka. Nisha in some trouble. Ghost Ship comes out. Some damage being done here by 9, but they're still looking. They've got Hawk here as he'll be hit with the X. Rezo makes the TP in. But Tundra can't exactly commit past this tower, so a lot of safety felt by Secret as they start to retreat from this engagement.
Yeah, they were converging middle with a lot of heroes, trying to get it down as soon as possible, but nice defense also with Dark CTP, so there's no real way they can kill it. And smoke by Earthspirit and Luna. Very interested to see where they go.
Looking towards top, but these heroes just aren't here.
But they just smoked for movement speed then, I guess? Very interesting one, because he didn't have any ward on Earthspirit either. Maybe it was like a misclick and he's like, yeah, let's go farm, bro.
Just get back towards top. Do you like this shift? Once Chrysalis came up with the Solar Guardian, now just staying here in the lane up against the Luna?
Yeah, I like it. He's very strong. And I mean, Darkseid also makes his way back up now. They just want to start pressuring those towers as soon as possible. I'm still very surprised that Tundra wasn't able to pull off the global combo yet at all. Oh, Splitter gets caught.
Yeah, this could be problematic. They do have Snake King over to the side. He is level 5.
that wall.
Meanwhile, mid, Nisha, he's also got the Torrent. We've got a split fight coming up as the Thunder God's Wrath is going to be thrown out. They get the kill on Nisha. They look over at Skitter. They'll take out the Luna as well as Snake King. It's a 2-for-1 trade in multiple lanes, and Rezo is dominating. He's 4-0-1, just involved in 100% of the kills in the moment. While that movement happened top from Secret, though, Tundra tried to take this mid-tier 1 with the help of Dahak. Sox is here just in case. The rolls out on a Chrysalis. They've got the silence with the Geomagnetic Grip, and Chrysalis is in some trouble. Sprouted up, killed off. They'll take out the Dawnbreaker. Puppey trying to help with this Phoenix. Doesn't exactly have the mana for the Supernova in that engagement, but the Sunray on top of Dahak. Zayat's running after Dahak, and they'll finally finish off this Nature's Prophet as Soxa, with the help of 9, they'll take out the Clockwork. Skitter also makes a rotation over towards mid because he is falling behind, and it ends up being a massive trade throughout both these lanes.
Yeah, but the big winner is, or the big loser rather, is the Luna so far, unfortunately. Yeah. And she's really the hero that needs to be snowballing for the Tundra side. Like, she's going to be propelling you to the mid and late game, of course. And he's going to the Mask of Madness, which usually you wouldn't do unless you really need to catch back up. Right. It's a very risky item, doesn't really help your team fight at all. Like, the most common build would either be like Manta into BKB or Dragonlance into BKB. But he also recognized like he needs to get back on track because his game so far is really not that good.
Can you rely on the rest of your team if you're Luna? Like, do you feel comfortable falling back and putting the pressure maybe on the Nature's Prophet as well as the Zeus?
It is possible because Nature's Prophet is also one of those right-clicker offlanes, right? So you definitely have enough physical damage potentially coming from him. And Zeus, of course, was the biggest damage he did.
Yeah,
has ult though.
Yeah, he just skilled up the borrowed time. It almost felt like that was what they were trying to accomplish. Whether or not they get the kill, it looks like they're going to get it with a hook shot coming through onto the Abaddon. He's got the Aphotic Shield once again, but certainly with the Ion Shell at level 4, it's so easy to kill off this Abaddon by himself. They get the ult, they get the kill, easy does it.
Yeah, I'm a little afraid, honestly, for Tundra, because this Darkseid is getting a lot of kills. That means he potentially could get a very fast pipe. You have pipe plus the boat of Kunkka. Suddenly there's just no damage coming through anymore. The Zeus won't be hurting much at all. And I don't know how you team fight at that point.
Did feel like both these lineups in their own way needed a snowball, right?
Yeah, yeah. They're looking for a kill on Resolution, though.
Up top. Let's see if they can finally take out this Darkseer. They've got the Hawk coming over. They get the kill on Zayat. Says they'll use that Thunder God's Wrath. They're trying to get him while the TP's going, but, well, Rezo is back into the base.
Yeah. As we spoke about, he's going directly for a pipe. So they're looking for those big team fights. And Luna might not be ready. Like, he has a Mask of Madness now, going to Dragonlance next and then BKB after, I'd reckon. But it is still quite far away.
Puppey just fighting Snake King up here top. He's got a 2-level advantage on Snake King as well.
Yeah.
This Sunray hurts, and they've got Hookshot. Meanwhile, again, over mid, they're going to go with the Ghost Ship. They've got themselves a Solar Guardian. They get the kill there over mid and look for another one. Snake King in trouble. The Icarus dive right on top of the Abaddon trying to run, but the Battery Assault's making that quite difficult. They've got the Aphotic Shield. Snake King gets to the tower, burning from the Spirits, and that last tick just 19 off. But the Rocket
Shield.
Oh.
Would that have actually killed him? Probably not. He had enough health, but you know,
only a level 1 rocket.
Better be safe than sorry.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting builds across the board. Actually, like Kunkka going into the Armlet instead of the BKB first. Probably things like they don't need more survivability because they have that pipe on the Darkseer very shortly. Plus the Solar Guardian healing, of course.
Yeah.
X marks the spot.
So, we're seeing a lot of Secret try and play multiple parts of the map at the same time.
Yeah.
That seems to be splitting up Tundra just enough where they're finding the advantages in these engagements. Like, is that just the straight game plan with a lineup like this, or are they just finding opportunity and going for it?
I mean, Tundra's lineup is very much like a snowball lineup, and the early game didn't really go the way they wanted to. So now that global damage isn't really enough to take teamfights anymore, so you can see that Tundra is just trying to split push everywhere. Because like taking actual teamfights is pretty much impossible. They don't even have really like an egg breaker until Luna gets her Dragonlance and BKB. So yeah, team fights in general are going to be very tough until they get the items up.
Yeah, no egg scrambler just yet. Rocket Flare comes out, spots Saxa as well as Skitter. They got the hook shot coming through. And with the Cogs pushing him back, trying for the roll. They've got the geomagnetic grip on Anisha, but they pull him back with the X. They're marking their spot and marking their kill. Anisha with another one as they'll take out this Earth Spirit.
Yeah. What is Crystallis going for? BKB first. Yeah, he had the Echo Saber queued up, but I like the change a lot. He will just have to frontline for his team. Because he also saw that Kunkka is going for that arm and not a fast BKB, right? So
he wants
nice
to be able to survive a little bit longer, right?
Yeah. It's very much like a sport, right? You always got to look at your teammates, what they're doing, and adjust accordingly.
For all you people out in pubs, it is a team game.
Yeah. Believe it or not.
A solo performance can only do so much.
Yes, Pipe is online now. They have Ghost Ship as well. Instantly smoke up into the triangle. But Tundra also knows, of course, that the triangle is really dangerous, so Skitter's not getting caught there.
He's kind of found his opening. He's not terribly farmed at the moment, but you do see like
they scanned him.
The rest of the team is kind of making up for it. And as I say that, well, they're going to try and go. They've got the Dawnbreaker coming in with the Solar Guardian. They'll jump him with the Torrent. They've got a lot of heroes here on the side of Secret. I'm not sure that Nine wants to be in this vicinity anymore, but they've also got Saxa with the Magnetize as well as the Geomagnetic Grip coming out on Crystallis as well as Resolution. They've got the Supernova down. They'll look over Celestial Hammer as well as the hook shot landing on a 9, taking a lot of damage. They get the kill on the Saxa. They look over at 9. He's just able to get into the trees as all 5 heroes are here from the side of Secret. And while they push Tundra back, they get a couple of kills. They look to get the tier 1 tower, and there's not much that Tundra can do. They also pop the borrowed time, so Snake King, well, he can't really feel that confident walking in anymore, and that's kind of the job of the Abaddon. Soak up as much as you can and maybe make an opening for your team.
Yeah, but like if you're Tundra now, you're probably a little bit scared. Like you look at their health pools, they're all full HP. Like they just don't have enough damage to go through these heroes right now. Zeus got into his shard just now. Didn't have that in the fight, so that's going to be a little bit more damage. But Pipe is going to be nullifying most of that in this early portion of the game. It is going to be incredibly tough for Tundra to actually take any sort of team fight. Like wherever Secret goes, the map will be theirs.
So now do you try and change the mentality of what you're doing in this game? Do you have, you saw Nature's Prophet, he's got his shard.
Yeah.
So is the idea now, let's extend these fights, keep Secret interested, and then we'll have Dahak push lanes, get towers.
Just need to split push, I think. Until you get your BKBs on the Luna as well as on the Prophet. You can even see Dahak. He has Blitz Knuckles in his inventory because he wanted to go for an Orchid originally, but then he was like, oh my god, we can't teamfight at all. I need that BKB, so he's pushing that now instead.
Right.
And the same with Skida. He's going straight BKB now after the Dragonlance. Once they have those items, they'll be able to fight a little bit more comfortably, but they have to make sure they don't fall too far behind.
Okay. So we'll see if they adapt properly.
Yeah.
Because the game's still close. Like, despite the fact that it's 11-4, it feels like Secret's controlling the map. They have their initial plan A working.
Yeah.
It's still a close game in terms of net worth. And that is due to the fact that, of course, 9, he's top of the net worth. You had Dahak moving around, getting a lot of farm. Now they just need to make that space for the Luna, get that damage back into their hands, break through this pipe, break through the Solar Guardian. I mean, that is a tough ask.
It is.
But you kind of hope that maybe Tundra can do it. And, well, I guess if you're Secret fans, you're hoping not.
Yeah, but, you know, net worth is always a little bit deceiving, like when you compare the lineups. Secret right now has hit their stride, their power spike, right?
Sure.
So net worth might only be less than 1k, but it is literally impossible for Tundra to fight, take any sort of fights. Like even Resolution is going for the Aghanim Scepter next, so they're going to get an additional 250 health on everybody. All they're doing with all their items is to tank up and try to snowball, run Tundra over. Because like they don't have this traditional hard carry at all, right? They have a Dawnbreaker who didn't have the best lane, so he went for an early BKB, going to the Desolator next. There is some scaling there, but it's not like your Spectra or your PA,
Right.
Terrorblade, any hero like that.
Is there a hard timing on Dawnbreaker? Like, do you hit a point where it's just like, I'm not really going to give you anything more. This is my build. This is what I have. That's it. Or, you know, can you kind of maybe find one item, maybe like an Ag's Blessing? Because, like you said, you're maybe avoiding the Ags because you're in this carry role. You're going more for the damage. Do you, like, maybe get an Ag's Blessing and that changes the tide of the fights where now, yes, you are that, unconventional one, but you're giving more.
Yeah. No, what I think is going to happen is that he's gonna look very strong in that mid game with the Desolator, like Dawnbreaker always does. But then, as the game progresses, he'll be more pushed into like a second fiddle sort of role, and Darksteel will really become the quote-unquote hard carry. If he finds enough walls on the Luna, like Tundra will just explode. They have no way to deal with those Luna illusions. So if they don't jump Darkseer in the very late game and he survives, gets like a refresher orb, gets the double wall out, the quad wall out, the game is gonna look real nasty. Real nasty.
Yeah. I don't think it's coming out on the screen, but some great chatting going on. Looking at the Abaddon, just doing his thing, the Snake King.
Or Abaddon.
Yeah, it depends, you know, wherever you are in the world, if you say it, Abaddon, Abaddon.
Abaddon.
A bad Don. Is that like a bad mafia leader? He's the bad Don?
Yeah. I know, but then we have to also differentiate what does bad mean. No,
Yeah, he's just really bad at his job.
Terrible. Yeah, exactly. We wouldn't know.
I have an offer for you. Like, you might be able to refuse. I don't know. Oh, okay, cool. That's why they call you the bad Don. Sure.
It is very hot indeed.
Yeah.
40+ degrees every day. Like,
yeah,
I don't know about you, but I feel like I lost some of my arm hair. They're just like burning.
I lost my eyelashes. Those kind of went first.
Right, yeah.
I mean, you see me. I'm super pale. I felt actually when we walked into the studio today, it felt pretty good.
It did. That's
it wasn't. We adjusted.
Yeah, it's pretty late in the day as well, though. Like,
yeah.
If you go here at like noon, I think you're gonna get scorched.
You're getting hit with a Sunray and a Solar Guardian. Yeah. Anything that has to do with the sun in this game, yeah. Oh my gosh, it is. It's hot.
All right, so
hydrate.
We spoke a lot about what's going wrong for Tundra, but what's really good for them is that they just play the split push game, right?
Right.
Who's the best hero at that? Yep, you guessed it. Nature's Prophet. He's into the shard already, even before he went for his BKB, just because those two big Treants are so strong at pushing down towers. But at the same time, you also have the Dawnbreaker, who doesn't need to be in fights, who can always push out that lane where the Prophet is going to be pushing. A lot of counter pieces to the pieces offered.
How do you feel about that shard on the Nature's Prophet? I feel like we've talked about it a bunch, where it's just like they do so much damage.
It's too good.
You get left unchecked, you're the Nature's Prophet, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, cool, my racks, they're gone. I looked away for 2 seconds.
You also need a Quelling Blade plus Face Boots. Otherwise, you just can't play against Prophet.
Also, that disgusting talent, the Sprout Leashes.
Yeah, level 20. It's great. The other one is no joke either, though. 100% mischance while you're Sprouted.
Right. Jeez. Oof.
No joke at all.
Man, so it's tough to play against Nature's Prophet. He's third in the net worth. He's not too far behind the Kunkka. He's in a solid spot.
You see the night sky?
Oh, in the night sky, like a shooting star.
The Hawk headset not working.
Oh, okay.
Unlucky, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, should be able to play the game.
You gotta, you know, deal with the cards that were dealt to you.
Yeah. Apparently you got a...
the bad headset card.
7-2 offsuit. That is a bad headset city.
Not where you want to be, ever.
So, let's take a prediction. Where do you think this game's going to be at 22 minutes? I feel like that's a decent time, right?
22 minutes.
Yeah, so 5 minutes from now.
Okay, I think...
I could have said that.
Secret is going to start snowballing, take the outer towers, while Prophet is trying his hardest to split push, but Crystallis on his Dawnbreaker will be there defending. And that means Tundra will try to bring more heroes to force his BKB, maybe try to kill him, so he can get the split push going. But while they're doing that, they're going to be losing their own side. Now, the bad news for Secret is they don't have great tower damage.
Right.
Like, at all. None of the heroes actually hits tower well. That's also why he went for this armlet, so he can sort of hit the tower. No, but it's not going to be fast by any means.
So fights can be very costly, right? Like you lose a fight on Secret, all of a sudden Tundra, they're able to push. You're going to lose more of your objectives, and that could be a big issue.
Yeah, we're resuming to the game.
I think, yeah, G and then G.
And then G on Snaking.
Yeah, look like we're all ready to go here.
Yep, he falls to the Darkseer as well.
Yeah, Rezo getting that kill on Snaking, taking him out. 25 seconds, no buyback. Not that that is important right now. It doesn't look like they're going to be fighting and continuing this aggression. But Secret's starting to take over the dire side of the map.
Yeah.
So
that's what we want to see. I'm a little bit surprised they're not actually hitting the mid tower together. It will fall eventually, but could have been a little bit faster.
oh, Courier going down. Just the TP.
Just the TP, yeah.
Lucky.
We
for
all know
Chrysalis.
how important TPs are, though.
Yeah, but you've got Solar Guard. You're fine.
Yeah. Also, one more bad thing for Tundra's lineup is they don't have any BKB cancel, whereas Secret does. Like, that hook shot can really come in handy when they want to split push, and like BKB TP out, Clockwork can really ruin that kind of play.
Right. So we'll see where the movements come from. Again, the net worth pretty close, using that Rocket Flare. Trying to scalp a look. Doc, taking the Radiant Ancients. Looking to get that BKB, like you said. He shifted as he's got those Blitz Knuckles. He was looking for something else, and this has just been Nature's Prophet, playing Nature's Prophet game. We're all in Nature's Prophet world, in his world, and living in it right now.
I like what he's doing. Like, that is pretty much the safest spot on the map right now. Because we already said, Secret wants to take over the enemy side of the map, right? They're not going to be there. What would be like a really next level play? Like, they just put a ward on their own hill here, even though they're not playing that area, just to scout out what the Prophet is doing there.
Right.
And potentially get a kill or two on him.
Slow his game down a little bit. Hook shot comes out, 9 in some trouble, and he tried to use that heavenly jump. He went straight up in the air, but it's not going to matter just yet. The Thunder God's Wrath as well as the Supernova. They have the silence onto the Clockwork. A Photic Shield on the 9. Chrysalis, his BKB is running out, but they've got the Sun Ray to heal him up. Soxa may be looking to re-engage. There's the roll, but it's off the mark. They still have the Magnetize, but can they chase these heroes any further? They're looking like they're going to do so, but there's the X marking its spot. Soxa going to be pulled back in just a moment as they got the Torrent. They'll land it. There's the vacuum into the wall, on a 2. They'll take out the Air Spirit. They've got themselves one so far with the Celestial Hammer hitting on a Doc, but he's got his BKB, so he'll try to run with that. Zeus looking to come back into the fight, but stops his TP. He was just a second away from coming back in with full health, full mana, and after all is said and done, it's just one hero dead, and it's the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, it looked really scary though, because initially the Darkseer wasn't there with that pipe, so Zeus actually dealt a ton of damage. 2 heroes dropped to like 20% health. But yeah, the sustain of the Phoenix is just a little bit too much. Darkseer arrived, puts down a great wall. I'm actually surprised that no one else died.
Yeah, it looked like for a moment Secret was going to have their moment, and then I kind of thought if 9 had committed to the TP, they might have been able to take some of these heroes out.
Tanking has no ult. He is just gone.
Yeah, he is looking like he's just going to die, but when you're an Abaddon tanking ganks like that, it's never the worst thing in the world. There are definitely way worse parts of Dota than just being a 5 Abaddon or a Batten that dies.
Yeah. The Hawk has to be a little bit careful. His BKB is still on cooldown for 20 seconds, so...
Back to the Ancients he goes.
Yeah, I would really like, as I said, like, if Secret gets the ward there, they're shutting down all of Tundra's option.
Right.
Like, they cannot farm there, because obviously Luna wants to take her own, like, Ancients, right? Like, Prophet will never be able to farm there. So it would be like, it's very hard to figure out what the Prophet is doing. He can be anywhere and do anything at any given moment.
It's the...
But Kunkka is actually scouting him.
Nisha coming over.
He has BKB up though.
And there's BKB.
Where's the Clockwork? Oh, he's DPing now. It's a little bit late.
There he goes.
Yeah. The only way you get him there is if Clock like TPs before Prophet actually TPs, which is almost impossible. Wow. Snake King saying hello again. Gets hooked.
Yeah, hook shot again onto the Abaddon, cogs around him. There's the wall committed as well. They really want to get this Abaddon, but he's got the borrowed time. They'll vacuum him back. The battery assault's on him, keeping him close, but up into the trees and away from the side of Secret. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, they go for 9. They've got the Solar Guardian. They've got the damage coming out of the Zeus with the Ghost Ship hitting and landing. Well, he's been shipwrecked.
Yeah.
40 seconds gone.
That's the problem of Zeus also. You know, like, if you ever get caught, you're not the most survivable hero at all. You die real fast.
Doesn't have anybody there with him is the... I will say, Snake King's kind of been by himself a lot.
Yeah, he's just trying to sort of bait himself, you know, make the enemy go on him, which they did, but at the same time they also went on the Zeus, so it was a very nice play by Secret.
Oh, yeah, we've seen that a couple times, those multi-pronged attacks.
Yeah, hookshot is up in 5 if they want to aggress. Or
maybe gonna try and go roll 4 heroes, making sure they kill off this Clockwork.
Yeah, but they have very strong BKB timings now on the Kunkka and Dawnbreaker still. So I would like to push just a little bit more of their advantage.
Finally that
Tundra's
X
smoking out now. 'Cause
there
they
for
have
the
their own
Dark
power
Seer.
spikes as well.
Yeah, this is kind of feeling like maybe they have a little bit of confidence, right? BKB, Mask of Madness, and the Dragonlance available on the Luna.
He has Axe now though, so every hero gets that additional, how much is it? 275 health actually. And yeah, if you do the quick math, how much is that? 1,375. We did it, chat.
On everybody.
Not onto everybody, but
Oh,
if you
okay.
add it up, you know.
You know, sure.
Seizable amount.
I mean, I don't really know math. You know where I'm from. NA math. I don't know what
NA
I'm talking
math.
about. There's a Deso coming out for the Dawnbreaker too.
That's a lot of damage.
Potential damage. Hasn't been done just yet. Orchid finally finished there.
Or is it catch 9's gonna be bad?
Yeah, 9's in some trouble. They've got the geomagnetic grip, and that may have saved his life. Heavenly jump away, but not enough to get out. 9 is going to be dead first. They've got the wall down as well as the Eclipse dropping down into this fight. Skitter with the BKB, but the chase is on from Secret. They've got Snake King low. Christos will get another kill. Dahak needs to hide, but he's right into the hands of Zayats. But they've got the cogs. They'll push him away. The Starbreaker doesn't land just yet, and they'll get the kill onto the Nature's Prophet, taking out 3, and it's a 3K lead for Secret right next to this tier 2. And when you struggle with taking towers, finishing fights next to them is the best thing you can do.
You can see again, right? Even though the game was very close, like less than 1,000 advantage at that point, the team fight is so completely one-sided. You can see it in the highlights. If 9 dies first, they cannot do anything. 9 is the biggest source of damage. He needs to stay alive throughout the entire fight. He needs to blow his entire mana pool twice over to even stand a chance in those fights.
Yeah, when he's the first one going down, it's a big issue, and he tried to heavenly jump out, but he gets pulled back by the X, and it's just overwhelming from Secret.
Yeah, I think to really feel comfortable in these fights, he will actually have to itemize into a BKB eventually.
Right.
He's looking for the axe right now, but at the tempo that Secret is playing, you know, all 3 cores of Tundra need farm to be effective.
Do you think there comes a point where Snake King just has to be basically tethered to 9? Because he's been away from 9 a lot.
The point is already now.
Yeah, and that feels like, hey, like, you got to be here with me. I cannot be by myself. I get it. You're tanking ganks. You're opening up space, which is great. Skitter, he's got his Mask of Madness, BKB, Dragonlance. He's fine. Now that we've got that, now that Luna can be a part of the fights, I need you near me.
Yeah. But it's, yeah, it's very difficult. Even if you shield off 1 stun, there's just so many follow-up stuns still. And of course, they're getting their little Roche.
Roche for tier 3, maybe more.
Now, they have Glyph still, if they want to commit that.
If they do, we'll see if they go in that
Hook shot
direction.
here.
Coming down to the outpost, they smoke again. 5-man smoke. There's the roll. It actually hits out of the Conka. They've got Nisha in trouble. He's silenced up, but he's got the Aegis. They get the Konosak, so they'll take the Air Spirit. They've got the X on to Snake King. Borrowed time, borrowing as much as he can. But that watch is ticking out, and Dahak with the BKB, he'll TP away. Snake King on the run, Solar Guardian down. Zayat's moving forward, trying to get maybe a hook shot again, but it's on cooldown for 37 seconds. They'll buy back on this Earth Spirit. Soxa getting his way back into the fight. They still have that tier 1 over bottom. Maybe they realize that Secret's kind of used a lot of their arsenal. So a 4-man smoke. Rezo, he's forward, hit with the roll. They've got themselves the Spirit Vessel onto him, and it should be a kill onto the Darkseer. They get the kill. It's a big streak going into the hands of Snake King. The Starbreaker lands on a Soxa who just bought back. He's going to be dead for 70 seconds, and now the X onto 9. They'll chase after this Zeus. They've got the Eclipse dropping down once again. Is it going to be enough damage? Doesn't look likely, as now 9 trying to output as much as he can, but they've got the double kill for Crystallis. The silence is out on to this Dawnbreaker, thanks to the Orchid that's onto Dahak, but he breaks the Sprout. They will go the hook shot out onto Skitter. They'll take out the Luna. They've got 3 gone. Secret win multiple fights. It felt like maybe Tundra had found an opportunity, but unfortunately, well, the Secret's out, and it's the fact that Secret can take multiple fights at any time.
Yeah. You just saw how much he had to commit for the Darkseer, right? He can take so much punishment with that pipe and the axe on Iron Shell on himself.
Yeah.
So much health to chew through. They end up getting the kill, but what about the rest of the 4 heroes, right? They just take the fight very convincingly. They didn't even lose the Aegis on the Kunkka.
and he got hit by that roll initially. Yeah. It looked like he might be the first one to die.
And yeah, as I said, like things.
Orchid, right clicks, and
Goodbye, Puppy.
Do they have the kill? Yes, they do. Puppy goes down. Buys down to the force.
They have a hook shot. Ah, he doesn't have the vision though. Close.
Nanoseconds.
It's a pretty daring play. If he gets caught there, he's probably just going to be dead. He's going for a nullifier straight away.
Nine's in trouble.
Oh,
He needs to try and run Solar Guardian roll. Sox has kind of put himself in a weird position with the geomagnetic grip hitting on a resolution as well as Crystallis.
That was a nice roll block.
Nice normal punch too.
Yeah, normal punch, one of the best disables in the game too. Already caught snaking too.
Borrow time.
TP.
Body block.
No.
High five.
Doesn't have a TP. X up at 1.
Oh. Still
Juking,
has the bullwhip, but now they've got the speed on Nisha. Nisha into the trees. They do high five.
He gave away his position with that high five. That's a bit silly.
Eventually, they find the vacuum into the normal punch.
Like after the high five, everyone's like, yeah, he's right here, guys.
We found him. We found him.
A bit silly. So he's going straight nullifier to purge off the Iron Shell, of course, which makes heroes less tanky. Plus, they can't get searched. So it's a hefty investment for that, but we'll see if it pays off or not. Oh yeah, that's like 4.5k gold. That's investing into pure damage, which they really need. You can just see the lack of damage is very apparent in all of these fights. Skitter also realizes that, going to the Silver Edge.
And you've got a nullifier being built for Dahak.
Yeah. I'm very worried for 9 though. Like, he just cannot show in these fights at all. If he gets X-marked or looked at by anyone.
They go for resolution, but he's out. Sprout.
4 staff, yep. The profit counter.
It's like rock, paper, scissors.
It is.
4 staff beats Sprout.
Yeah.
And then, you know, paper covers rock. 9 again. Heavenly jump. There's the X back hook shot. Solar Guardian with the cogs. Never a chance. He's being caught out now multiple times. And my question to you was going to be, we talked about the lack of pushing power for Secret. Is it still that bad? And then the second point, how's the high ground defense for Tundra in comparison to what you could do on Secret?
High ground defense is good. Mostly because you're going to have that beam shot eventually. Very hard to push into. You have the Zeus, naturally one of the best high ground defenders. Plus, Prophet will be putting on the pressure at the same time. So I don't think you can go high ground unless you actually win a fight. However, if you do win a fight, AC is almost done on the Kunkka, and you have the Desolator that puts towers armors at almost 0. So even if you were bad at pushing before, you're not anymore. Caught snaking.
We've said that a lot. Though he's only died 7 times, it feels like we're saying it more often than that. But he, of course, has the borrowed time. He's got the Euphonic Shield, ways to live.
But look at top. Towers are getting destroyed.
And that, yeah, he's doing his job. Look at this. Hey, come after me. I'm an Abaddon. I'm tasty, right? Crystallis with the BKB, Skitter with the BKB as well as Dahak, and now they're going to try and TP out, but the hookshot comes in as well as the wall. They'll leave Skitter to die, and the rest will get out, but that is well worth it there for Secret. As now they found Soxa. They've got the ghost shift. One more right click with the high five. Nisha gets the kill there. Again, multi-pronged attack as the BKB comes out from Nisha. They have the Orchid on him. Snaking going over. They're going to try and get the damage out, but there's just no chance, and he's free to TP.
Yeah. Which we literally just spoke about how impactful those BKB TPs were going to be, right? Skeeter tried it, but gets hookshotted, and Nisha's just like, yeah, you have no way to cancel me, I'm out. Not a very favorable trade for Secret.
Yeah, 27-7. Now a 9K lead, and we've talked about how it has felt like Secret's game plan has been working.
Yeah.
When does Tundra's second, third plan go into effect? When does it feel like it starts to actually engage? The puzzle pieces put together,
yeah,
and they start to feel like they're doing something.
Now here's the problem, right? Like I told you about how scary Darkseer is this game, so I feel like things are not gonna go a lot easier.
Snaking. Still tough to kill. We'll see if they get this kill. Jim, I'm gonna grip on to the clockwork.
Gets punched too.
Normal punch, borrowed time, vacuum on a 2, Solar Guardian coming into Hawk. He's right by the Solar Guardian. He needs to be careful. The Starbreaker is out onto the Nature's Prophet. He's got the BKB, but is the damage there to get the kill here onto the Nature's Prophet? Not just yet. Magnetized down, the silence is through. They're looking and thinking about the Thunder God's Wrath, but it's not enough of a not enough damage to get any of these kills. They were looking for maybe a deterrent. They'll go to the Supernova, they roll in, but they've got the X. Soxa caught, Soxa killed, and that's another kill here for the Clockwork. 2, 3, and 19 really being involved in a lot. They'll lay down the wall, they'll lay down the boat, they'll lay down the law. They'll get the kill onto 9, they'll take out Snaking. This might just be the end, because Skitter, he'll hit the deck too, and well, nobody's died on Secret.
Yeah, the only good news for Tundra in this fight is that Prophet lived, so he can put on the split pushing. And there was a creep wave in the mid. So they won't lose their buildings instantly. But yeah, another very convincing victory for Secret. There's just so much sustain on that team.
Yeah.
Like all the boat, Sunray, Supernova you can't engage into every like 3 hits of Luminosity crit that heals everybody for like 400.
The Iron Shell.
It is. Honestly, this lineup is pretty disgusting. Like all of them just help each other so much.
Sustainability, the name of the game.
And now you just see the tower damage too with that AC plus the Desolator.
These buildings don't stand a chance.
Yep. And they're going back, not getting greedy. They don't really. They also know like late game is theirs. I have almost never seen a Darkseer lose real late game. It's just such a strong hero. You can also just see the. Oh, Saxa got caught.
And there's the X. Ghost Ship, Starbreaker. And, well, break your bones, break your rocks,
Yeah.
take your life.
And he's getting a wall every fight on the Luna as well. That Luna illusion is dealing so much damage to his own team. Hookshot too.
Yeah,
On
9. Caught again. Solar Guardian, he's got the help of Snake King, but it's not a lot of help at this point in the game. He tried to help out, but there's nothing you can do when 9 gets caught out like that, and there's just immediate reinforcements coming through for Secret. They'll look over at Snake King. The borrowed time is popped, and they've got the vacuum back. They'll chase a little bit, maybe look for the normal punch. And, well,
Always burning.
almost enough with the Celestial Hammer.
Yeah. Now there's also Bash on Crystallis. So, like, all the problems that Secret had initially, they itemized for it, and they're just so rich in all the heroes.
Top lane, they went for Dahak, who's trying to take the tier 3 tower down to 69.
Nice hookshot block.
Nice.
He gets the
And
tower.
The tower goes down.
Yeah, the Prophet special.
They're gonna go bottom.
Saxa getting destroyed.
Look at the damage just coming out from Crystallis. Saxa, you made a mistake.
Oh, Dahak!
Dahak, you also made a mistake. Snake King, everybody's just going down here. Fight me. It is
Well-
the dawn of our victory and the breaker of dreams. Crystallis, oh my gosh.
Remember how I said he was going to become the second fiddle? Well, not just yet. Like, he definitely wants to be the star of the game.
He's not giving up the main seat
look at
just yet. Look at the damage
Skeeter's getting
again.
destroyed.
Oh my god. Crystallis, stop, dude.
GG?
They're dead already.
Oh, Prophet bought back just to be able to split push. Well,
Let them die in peace. Oh my
This
god.
damage is ridiculous. Yep, yep.
Oh gosh.
Absolutely brutal. Now he also has 2 Starbreaker charges, of course, because 1 wasn't enough.
Yeah, one, half your life. Second one, the rest of it.
Yeah. I think Tundra at this point is probably just digesting the loss and talking about what went wrong.
Right.
But really, I think the draft was very tough to execute. Like, Secret's draft is amazing.
They'll go for Snake King. They've got the vacuum. They'll look over at 9 for a second with a heavenly jump. And they'll survive for now.
That damage of Starbreaker is absolutely ridiculous.
It really is disgusting what he was able to fight 4v1.
Yeah. And he's not even at full power yet. Overwhelming big
Oh, okay.
L2.
That'll make it easier.
And then Satanic probably afterwards. Or Rapier, why not?
Yeah.
Bounty.
Daedalus. Whatever you want, Crystallis. I think the world is your oyster right now.
I like how disciplined they are. And there's like no pressure on them whatsoever. The way they're playing is perfect right now. And it's gonna be a shard for whom? I like the Clockwork Shark always. You know, you hook in, you jetpack out. You're like, what now? Phoenix one is also really good. Top Rex is actually getting pressured by the Treants. And there's no back to protection.
Could give it to the Kunkka.
Oh, look at the damage on that Rex. Treants are ridiculous, but back to protection says, nah. Not
Says
today.
nah for now, but
Nah. Not happening.
Backdoor City. Too strong.
At this point, just adding his, padding his stats. You know, he's like, oh, 20
Look at my building
damage.
damage.
Yeah.
We saw that in that last game of the Chinese DPC, the tiebreaker, where they were.
What, like 30k or something.
Yeah, he had like
Ridiculous.
20 something, and then the stats are just like, oh, total damage, 80k. I don't think that's right.
He popped the Zeus ult to scout where they are, but like Secret is just running together as 5, as they should. There's really nothing Tundra can do to really initiate them. When
Is
they're
there
5
any
together.
any item here that's gonna save Tundra?
Well, first they have to survive this team fight. Then we can talk about
Okay.
what could save them after that.
Okay, just keep that question in mind.
Yeah. Miracle comeback? Maybe. Let's go.
He's not on these teams. Geomagnetic grip again on a Crystallis, but he just stands his ground. There's no reason to be scared at the moment. He's got the Sunray. They're looking to pull heroes back with the Tidal Wave.
Prophet top again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the nastiness of
There
Prophet.
goes that Rax.
Goodbye.
Range
And
Rax gone.
Melee.
Melee next. Forcing the Phoenix back.
Yeah. Remember how we spoke about the high ground defense? Well, you all know offense is the best defense. So
Yeah, well, right now they're allowed to output that offense. It wasn't so fortunate when it was the mid and bottom racks that they were defending.
yeah. But that's also because they just lost the team fight, right? The Hawk.
True.
When the Hawk is alive, playing this game becomes a whole lot more difficult. And yeah, I think at this point, all the Secret needs to do is just find this Prophet, kill him. He doesn't have buyback. If they get this kill, the game is going to be pretty much over. So maybe just put like some sneaky Tinker wards, you know, that he doesn't expect.
Catch him trying to make things happen.
Yeah.
He's got that nullifier. He's looking towards Bloodthorn.
Oh, the smoke. There's no split push pressure just yet. It's going to be down in about 30 seconds though. Will they be able to do anything?
He TP'd over and...
Oh, it's double damage Dawnbreaker, by the way. Starbreaker wasn't enough yet.
Did Crystallis see Dahak for a second?
Nah, didn't have true sight. But he's looking, he's kind of running towards him.
And maybe it looked like he did see him for a moment. They've got the Nimbus down on Anisha.
Cooldown.
And, well, Anisha's out. Dahak in the trees, kind of nervous. Hook shot comes through. That's going to be the Solar Guardian to follow it up, as they will look over and try and get Skitter as well as Snake King. Snake King surviving. Zion's a little bit low. He's on the run, but they just don't have the damage to get the kill on the clock just yet. Crystallis is in with the Starbreaker, with the Shard. He's got that magic immunity. The Ghost Ship's going to be thrown over with a normal punch. And Nisha gets the kill, taking out the Nature's Prophet. They look over Snake King. Snake King's got buyback. He'll use it immediately. 100 seconds without the Nature's Prophet. They've got the kick in onto Resolution. Rezo, not a lot of mana to work with, but Saxa getting ripped apart by Crystallis. Don't fight the Dawnbreaker, just run.
Well, you can't really run if your base is in trouble like that.
No, you can't. You don't have options.
Yeah, you're out of options completely.
And nobody's dying again on Secret.
Yeah. Their sustain is still just absolutely insane. Like, they're diving tier 4 towers against the Zeus, just unloading spell after spell after spell, and they're just like, whatever. We're fine.
Overwhelming blink.
You're not fine,
Sox in trouble. Hook shot hits on a Skitter. 1, 2. Take you out, Skitter. Hit the floor. See you later. They've got an Nimbus, but a normal punch hits on a Snake King, popping the borrowed time once again. The Glyph trying to save that last set of racks. 9 seconds until they've got the Earth Spirit back. They're holding on to the 2Gs just for now. Yeah. But it will be Mega Creeps, at least. Maybe no tier 4s. Overwhelming blink.
Okay, Snake King, wow.
Almost looking for the 2-piece in a soda. As Clockwork, he's in on to Saxa, and it's that just KO blow that comes out. The GG is called, and they will win game 1. Secret just overwhelming Tundra the entire time.
Yeah.
That was, woof.
Gold did early, as we said, wasn't really the,